Dan.
All right, we're supposed to be live.
Oh, let me see if
Let's go. It's surely a bit delayed.
I I've still got nothing on my.
Yeah, it should be a bit delayed. Apologies
Oh,
for
oh,
everyone.
here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, we're good. We are
Live.
we are live.
Let's
We are live.
go. We made it work.
Things are happening.
Do you like the setup?
Setup is nice, bro.
Yeah.
I like that setup. I
Let's
haven't seen this
go.
setup before. Yeah, this is nice.
Let's go. Let's
I'm
go.
liking the background. That's well good.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. Halloween, spooky season, NFL Sunday.
Ooh.
We got a lot of crazy games as usual going on today. First of all, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Best team in the league right here.
Ah.
Best team in the league. We know about Davante Adams. Max can
Wow.
finally shut
Wow.
up about the Cardinals.
I mean, that was probably actually longer than I thought you were going to give it before you went into bragging about the Packers. So I will give you that.
I tried. I tried. I tried. All right.
I
Well,
yeah I didn't watch the game live because obviously it was quite late for me being in the UK. How did you feel the Packers actually played? It looks as though Kylo was not very good, but was that because Packers shut him down, or did he just have an off night?
I don't know. I mean, it was hard for him to play without Hopkins, so that was kind of like my take out of the game. Like Rodgers without Davante Adams, much better than Kyler Murray without Hopkins.
Hmm.
And even though like Dan was talking about how Hopkins hasn't really been stepping up or anything, it's just the fact that having him on the field already takes so much pressure from the other defense. So I don't know. Our defense definitely played well. I'm every week I'm more and more impressed. Um, and our game plan, like we don't need to play the air game at all. Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon were destroying. AJ Dillon was over 80 yards rushing. Like it was crazy. It was really,
Hmm.
really, really good. So I'm happy. We are now the undefeated team in a way, 7 games undefeated. Um,
If only you hadn't lost that game to the Saints, eh?
I know we would be 8-0. What happened? But it
I
is
mean,
what it
as
is.
much as it pains me, I think it's safe to say you've probably secured NFC North division.
Yeah,
That's done. It's over.
it
I
is
think
what it
Vikings
is.
will be lucky to get that second place if we
Yeah.
if we buckle up. But
All
yeah,
right.
Packers looking good.
Well, let's get down to the nitty gritty. One quick thing, just because this is our first time we're setting up in this computer. Do you hear yourself? The audio is good between us. Everything's good.
As far as I'm aware, um, I can hear
Yeah,
the
I
both
can
of
hear.
us when I've got it on the little on my phone there. So it sounds that we are working. We've got it
Excellent.
down.
Glad to know we don't
Great.
need to depend on Dan anymore.
Yeah, I mean this could open doors for us now.
I
Who needs
know, right?
Dan? Eh?
I know. All right, let's get it. ATS, it's 12. We got 1 hour till kickoff. So everyone that's watching, if you guys wanna at any point ask questions about fantasy, go ahead. We'd love to, pitch in.
We love our fantasy here.
We're not the messiah, but I am pretty accurate so far. So use me.
I did actually see in our league. I think me, you, and Dan are the top three in the leaderboard now, and then Omar's like fifth. but
Easy,
um,
easy, easy.
so I'd like to think we have a good idea about fantasy by now.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so first game we got Philadelphia and the Detroit Lions in Detroit. The spread is we're gonna use the ones at bet 3650, 365, sorry. And Philadelphia Eagles are currently the favorites with -3. What do you think?
Um, there's actually, I think this week there seems to be quite a few games that I think are fairly lockable. I kind of think this is one of them. I think the Lions are just not very good. They've shown little flashes with like their funny trick plays, and they've shown some good heart, but I just don't think they have enough really this year. They are going to be struggling to pick up a win, I think, this year. I would take the Eagles on this one, and I think they'll cover that pretty easily, to be honest. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah, I'll take that. Part of me is always wondering, when are the Lions gonna get their first win? This could be another week that I'm thinking, this could be the week. They're at home, they're against iffy Eagles. It could happen. But until they prove me wrong, I'm just gonna go and look at the stats. It is what it is. I think the Eagles are gonna take it -3 spread easily.
I think they're gonna. I mean, I'm just looking at their schedule the rest of the way now. They have obviously the Eagles today. Steelers ain't winning that. Browns not winning that. They've got the Cards, the Packers. They're not winning that. Then in between some of those, they have the Bears, the Broncos, the Vikings, the Falcons. I think if they're going to pick up a win, it's going to be one of those four. But I could genuinely see them going
2-16.
0
Yeah.
and 17 now.
17,
Um,
yes.
I could genuinely see it, which would be kind of sad because as much as it's funny to see a fellow NFC North team struggling, like Dan Campbell, he's a new head coach. Like you don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. I just hope he gets given the chance to sort of stick around and make something of this team.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
But yeah, this week Eagles.
not this week.
No.
All right. Well, let's look at the next one. I believe if my computer doesn't want to start sending me update reports.
That's just what we
We
need
got
right now.
Bengals at the New York Jets. I'll give it a head here. Bengals are favored by minus 11.5. Also, like we've been here before. We've hated these big spreads, but this is a Jets with a
That's a
new
big spread.
quarterback, which honestly, at this point, anything could be an upgrade from Zach Wilson. But this Bengals team is the real deal. They destroyed the Ravens. Dan and I, we bumped them up already a tier in our tiers. This team is something to be scared of. They're super close game against the Packers, beating the Ravens. They're top of the division now. Like
Yep.
this is a team that we can't stop overlooking. Joe Burrow's playing well, has Jamar Chase's main weapon. Joe Mixon is doing what he's supposed to be doing, even though maybe sometimes fantasy you're like, oh, maybe yes, maybe no.
Mm.
And then you have what's the tight end that it's like
It's not
CJ
CJ
Uzoma.
Zomer, is it?
Yeah,
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 CJ Uzoma.
he's come out of nowhere and just
He had
blowing
a
up right now.
quick, yeah, a few games, but yeah, I think 11.5. The Jets don't cease to amaze how bad they are. Um,
Jet's gonna jet.
Bengals coming up against a huge, big lead win against the Ravens. I think they're just gonna come out swinging again. So I'll take the Bengals 11.5. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, as you say, it's a big line. It is a big line, but if you think about it, that's either what, two touchdowns or touchdown, a couple of field goals, and I could very well see the Bengals getting out to quite a big lead and the Jets just not being able to sort of keep up slash recover. So, despite the big line, I think I agree. Jamar Chase, my word. Remember at the beginning of the season, in preseason, he had a couple of games where he was getting drops, and people were questioning whether he was going to be a top wide receiver in the league. Oh my God, he's proving those people wrong. I mean, give this guy a couple of years, that sort of repertoire between the two of them is going to be, it's going to be scary.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will take the Bengals on that one as well.
Cool. Easy peasy,
Yep.
lemon squeezy. Dolphins visiting the Buffalo Bills. This is another big one.
Yeah.
Dolphins plus 15. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, I mean, again, big line, but this is a big discrepancy in quality between the two teams again. Um, I think I've said it several weeks in a row. I've been really impressed with the Bills. I think they look very, very strong. They're in that Super Bowl contender slot on our rankings for a reason. I think they should. I think they should cover this. I think as much as I think he came out and said in the week that he still feels welcome. He feels like he's wanted in the organization, but I just still not seeing enough from him. So I think I would probably take the Bills to cover.
Yeah.
What about you, my friend?
It's rough because this is, like you said, this is more than two touchdowns. So this is a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Mm,
But it is the Bills. I mean, the Bills have been destroying their opposition. Maybe not against a few teams here and there, but when it comes down to playing bad teams, they destroy them. So I think after last week they're gonna come out swinging,
mm.
and I see a couple of pick sixes here that take an early lead, and then just Josh Allen just wants to keep scoring. So
I think that's the thing as well. Their defense has really stepped up this year. They have been getting takeaways and turnovers, so I think that's a real worry for them.
Yeah.
Just while we were, I know we slightly moved on from the Jets discussion, but we've had a comment from Jebel D. The Jets also have no Corey Davis today, so I think that just sort of solidifies Prob's not getting many points today from the New York Jets. I don't think. But yeah, Bills should cover.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Perfect. Next one we have. Oh, this is my favorite one. Titans visiting the Colts. Titans are actually the underdog at +3. What are your
Really?
thoughts on that? Yeah, I'm guessing
Wow.
you get Julio down and that's it. I don't know. I mean, I didn't think Julio
That
being
still
out.
surprises me. You know what? I'm taking Titans on this most
Absolutely.
definitely. I think that's going into my bet sleep 100%. I still think you can't ignore the fact that I was looking at the stats of the day. Derrick Henry has already locked down the rushing title this year. Like he's like 400 yards or something ahead of second place. I don't know who it is, but I think it might be DeAndre Swift or Jonathan Taylor. Miles ahead. This guy is an absolute monster. I'm shocked that they are the underdogs. I'm taking Titans, no doubt, no doubt. What about you?
Same. I mean, I just don't understand why. I mean, the Titans said keep proving that they are the Super Bowl contender that we thought they were at the beginning. AJ Brown finally had a big game. Derrick Henry just still Derrick Henry.
Derrick
So
Henry's Derrick Henry, yeah.
I think it's gonna be a good game. A lot of rushing, a lot of Derrick Henry versus Jonathan Taylor, but nonetheless, I just don't see how the Titans win.
I can't. Like again, I think the Colts have played well recently, as you say. Jonathan Taylor seems to be becoming the back that the Colts thought he was going to be. Even Carson Wentz has had sort of 2 or 3 good weeks, but I don't think they've got enough to keep up. I think giving the Titans the points there is again, it's one of those that makes you think, what do the bookies know that we don't?
Yeah.
What are they seeing?
Well, I guess home advantage. I mean, look, the Colts haven't played bad. Let's give them that. I mean, they did
True.
destroy the 49ers. That's fine, and their defense is pretty good. But
We have another comment here. We've got again from Treble D. Colts have a great rushing D and are at home. Think that's why Titans don't have a great passing game. I mean, I guess that combo of a solid rush defense plus the Titans not being great in the air this season could maybe swing it to being a bit more even. But I just think overall, I think the Titans have more effective weapons to pull on. And again, Derrick Henry, when was the last time he had a bad game? Like, what defense is actually stopping him?
yesterday, not yesterday, last week was his bad game, and he instead of actually
Oh
having a
yes, it's
touchdown
Dan.
win.
He's just commented. I didn't realize Jebel D is Dan. Dan is joining us. He's watching, but he's not joining us to discuss things. Absolutely disgraceful. But yes, he's agreed on taking the Titans 100%.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I just don't. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the weather has something to do. I haven't checked the weather, but
I don't know. Yeah,
we'll stick to it. I do
that's
think the
very
Titans are
surprising.
gonna swing in. Look, if the Titans win, this is a very important game for the Titans. This is If they win, they already have their division clinched pretty much. So
I mean, that's even a game that I might have a look at an alternate spread and go,
+1.
yeah, maybe even +1, just to get the odds up a little bit because
Yeah.
that's very nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
All right. Next on, a terrible game for terrible 49ers and Bears fans. 49ers at Chicago. 49ers are the favorites to win, -4.5. This is a tough one though, because like my heart wants to say the Bears have what it takes. Justin Fields has what it takes, but I haven't seen anything from them. Like every week I get disappointed. Bears
Mm.
just don't score. It's not happening. And until David Montgomery's back, I don't know. I don't know what to expect from this offense anymore. So
Yeah, I mean, the Bears did have that. What's that running back's name? The rookie. I've
Herbert.
forgotten his name. Yes, Herbert. He's had a good couple of weeks. He's not been too bad. But again, I just think the Bears are a mess. They've been a real mess. I'm still not convinced by Matt Nagy. I think the 49ers have started to show a little bit more on offense. Elijah Mitchell, Debo Samuel turning it up a little bit. I think I would take the 49ers on this. I think they cover. And I don't think it's too difficult. Again, I'm really not impressed with the Bears, and this is another one that I'd potentially even look at giving more points for the 49ers to play against, possibly.
Yep.
Yeah, again, the NFC North has got some absolute trash right now.
There. But yeah. Anyway, I got a little distracted because I just realized I hadn't put my lineup for a few leagues, so I'm
Oh, damn.
panicking. So I'm gonna have to rush this in 50 minutes. But so what was your pick again? Apologies for that.
So I'm gonna take the 49ers.
Okay, 49ers minus four
Um,
and a half.
we've had a one more comment from Dan. He said the under over of this game is ridiculously low. I think it's 35.5.
Wow.
I mean, on this podcast, we have had a podcast, YouTube, whatever we're calling ourselves nowadays. We've had some over/under disasters in the past of taking
Under
the under,
disasters,
under,
yeah.
and then getting bitten in the ass by it. But that actually might be one that I would consider the under there, maybe. I don't know what the odds would be like, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. That.
Nah, do it like an under 45 and stay safe. But again, I don't know. Under is just so like such a bad thing to root for. It's like please don't score.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly. Yeah, it just means it's going to be a trash game as
yeah,
well. So
please don't
yeah.
score. Like I'd rather be like in the end zone, be like please score, than oh please don't score, please don't score.
Don't do anything here. Let's throw a pick or something like that.
All right, perfect. Moving on to the next 1 p.m. game. Sadly, Dan isn't here to defend his team, one of his teams. So we might just ignore whatever he says in the comments. Pittsburgh Steelers visiting Cleveland Browns. Steelers are +5. Um, I'll give it a go. I think I'm gonna have to go with the Steelers. I just don't. I haven't seen a lot from Baker. I think Baker. I don't know if he's out.
I think he's playing. I think. I want to say it does look like Baker Mayfield is going to start, according to the injury report from a couple of days ago.
Yeah. Okay, he's starting.
And although Nick Chubb is back as well.
But Kareem Hunt isn't. And I think that's a big part of the offense. I don't know. I think the Steelers actually take this, and they'll keep it close. So I think the +5 is actually a bit safer. Steelers D is pretty good. It really depends on what D brings to the table, and Big Ben brings to the table. My only concern is Browns rush defense, and Steelers have shown that they're learning to use Najee Harris a lot more. So now I'm a bit concerned that Najee's gonna have a game because of it. But maybe they turn into the pass catching.
Yeah,
So
potentially.
I don't know. This is a divisional game. I think it's gonna stay close. So if I think it's gonna be a close game, I'm taking the plus here. So I'm gonna stick with Steelers at +5. What about you?
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Again, we seem to be agreeing on a lot of these today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think again, as you said, I think it's going to be a close game. In our little pick'em that we sort of keep track of, I have put down for the Steelers to win. Maybe Dan's constant bigging up of the Steelers is slowly starting to enter my brain, but I do think they've got enough in this to take the victory. Yeah, they need to win this again. Game against a fellow division rival. They need to win this. Were they on a bye last week as well? I wonder. But
Who? The Steelers? Yeah.
so nice and well rested coming into it. So yes, and as you said, if you've got close game, take the plus points. Whoever's got the extra advantage there. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. No, let's take it with the Steelers then. Perfect. Moving on to the next one. We
And as
got.
Dan has said, must-win game for the Steelers.
Yeah.
Very much so.
All right, to the next Dan team. We got the best team in the league against possibly the worst team in the league. Sorry, top three worst, I guess, based on our rankings.
They are down there. They're down there.
We got the Rams visiting the Houston Texans. The spread is a big one again. It's -16.5 for the Rams.
Wow.
it's been twice where Houston has these big spreads and they don't cover it. So,
Mm.
stat wise, I'm going to go for the minus 16.5. I think Stafford is picking up a hot streak with Cooper Cup. Daryl Henderson is doing
He's turning
wonders,
on.
and
Yeah.
their defense is still pretty good. And David Mills, as accurate and as good as his numbers are, it doesn't help if you pass 300 yards and don't score. So I'll take the Rams here at minus 16.5.
I think Dan has put this quite nicely. I wouldn't touch the Texans even if they were plus 200. I think I agree with him there. The Rams are they're on a roll, man. I think Cooper Cup, he's on pace to break the receiving yards
Yep.
record, I think, this year if he keeps going. Like he's killing it this year. Stafford is looking right at home in Los Angeles.
Yep.
So yes, I would agree. Texans have not got Ingram either. Down reports going to struggle on short yardage. So yeah, I think it's going to be a very easy game for the Rams to bowl over
Yeah.
the
No,
Texans
I
here.
absolutely agree. So
Yep.
hopefully it becomes for us. Hopefully it becomes a high scoring game from the Rams.
Yeah,
All
something
right.
interesting at least.
Last but not least of the 1 p.m. games, we have the Carolina Panthers visiting the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons are favored with minus 2.5. What are your thoughts?
Ooh, that's a tough game. I feel. Actually, is it a tough game? Now that I
I
actually
don't
think
think
about
so.
it,
Yeah, I don't think
I
so.
the Panthers have been trash. What?
Yep.
Yeah, no, I think Falcons have been um, better. Ridley, I think, had a bit of a better game last
He's
week.
out. He's out this week though.
Oh, is he out? Okay,
For
okay.
personal
Maybe
reasons.
even a little bit okay. I still think again the weapons that the Falcons have been more effective. Um, yeah, I will go with the
Yeah.
Falcons.
Let's put it
Yes.
like this. If it was a big spread, I'd be a bit concerned that Calvin Ridley isn't playing. I'd be like, okay, maybe I won't touch the -7 or -8 or something like that. But -2.5 is just a field goal. I think Matt Ryan is playing decent enough. Kyle Pitts is stepping up. So, that's good on Kyle Pitts owners like Dan to just plug him in and
Yeah.
enjoy the 20 points that he's going to give you.
He's gonna get a lot of targets this week.
And the Panthers again, without Christian McCaffrey, they just stink. You know, the 3 games that Christian McCaffrey has played, 3 wins. The 5 games that he hasn't, they've all lost. So
Yeah, remember when they went 3-0 and everyone was like, "Oh my God, Sam Darnold, what has happened to him?"
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
this
And
is
then
this is
like
the real Sam Darnold.
yeah, exactly. So I'll take the Falcons like without any
Yeah.
worry. I don't care
Mm,
if Calvin Ridley's out. I think experience comes a long way, and Matt Ryan definitely brings that to the table
yeah.
right about
Yeah,
now.
Dan. Another Dan update. Panthers clearly can't function without CMC, and I would completely agree. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
When's he due to be back?
I don't know, dude.
Do we know? I haven't even.
I don't trust him. I am
I
never
haven't even
picking
heard.
Christian McCaffrey in my fantasy ever. I don't care if I'm number one. Screw that. I'm not having
Yeah,
that big of a
I
pick.
don't think I'm gonna. Nah.
All right, onto the onto the 4 p.m. games. We got this is a good game. We got the Patriots visiting the Chargers. Chargers are favored with -4. This is a tough one. I think this is actually a tough one because I am a firm believer that the Chargers are one of the best teams in the league.
Hmm.
But over the last few weeks, they've shown a lot of weaknesses, and the Patriots, on the other hand, have shown a lot of strengths. They finally found their identity. Their defense is picking up real well. Mac Jones is playing amazingly well. They might not have the
Best
star
rookie
players.
quarterback this year.
Yeah, they might not have the
Yeah.
star players, but they're up there, and Bill Belichick is leading this team to victory. So it's a tough one. In LA though, after a bye week, Austin Eckler, like you said, he's out. Oh no, apparently he's playing. I mean, he's
Yeah. Oh,
confident
yeah.
now.
So this is. I think this was something we were discussing off cam before we went live. I was telling Gabo that Austin Eckler posted on his Instagram story a screenshot of his fantasy lineup for this weekend. He obviously has selected himself, and he is playing himself. He is starting himself in fantasy, so I would imagine he is playing. Whether that changes potentially your choice of spread, but
To be fair, every time he comes out, like to Twitter, socials, and everything, saying something like that, he does play. He's not there to mess up. So I think Eckler's playing. So with that in mind, oh excuse me, I'm trying not to sneeze right now. With that in mind,
Mm.
I do think the Chargers after the bye week they're gonna come out swinging. They kind of have to take advantage of the Chiefs stinking in their league. So I think the Chargers are gonna take this game, and I think it's gonna be by a lot. I think the Patriots are gonna get a slap in the face. I know Dan might actually disagree with me here. I have a feeling he would. I don't know about you, but I'm taking the Chargers at -4.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what Dan says. I actually do disagree with you. I think I could see the Chargers winning, but I actually think that they will not cover. As you've said, the Patriots have really sort of started to get in a bit of a groove. They have a nice running attack. Damian Harris, who Omar is in love with, has really sort of been getting going, and the Chargers' run defense is not great. Um, so I think I would go the opposite way, and I might go with the Patriots for this
Yeah,
one.
Patriots.
I don't know how we break the deadlock when it's just the two of
Well,
us.
let's see what Dan says. I mean, he's part of
Yeah, well,
the.
hopefully, we'll hope that Dan puts a message in the chat to help break the deadlock. At the minute, he's not saying anything. We can hold off putting that in the ticker at the bottom just at the minute
Yeah.
until he lets us know what he wants. But
I'm trying to
um,
find where can I. I'm trying to look at how can I speed up the
the
scroll.
ticker.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic question, my friend. One I very much do not know the answer to.
Appreciate the help. Um. Whatever. It is what it is.
Any luck?
Nope. I don't
No.
want. I don't want to mess it up. So okay.
Yeah, at least it's
Um.
working. So leave it at that. Yeah. Yeah. No, I've not had anything from. Oh, hang on. Chargers win money line, but Patriots +4.5 is my pick.
All right.
So I think that's us going Patriots.
All
Yeah.
right. Let's go with the Patriots. And like I
Mm.
said, I don't think it's gonna be. I mean, I said this is gonna be a tough one. So
Mm.
I'll stick with you guys. I mean, the Patriots are looking good, better than what they should on paper. So
Yep.
let's take it. I'll go in with you guys. I'm all in.
Nice. Nice.
All right, this is the game for me. I don't know why I'm so excited about this game for some stupid reason. Jaguars visiting the Seahawks. I just
Oh, I thought when you said you didn't know why you were excited because it's going to be the Vikings against Cowboys and you didn't want to be excited for a Vikings game. That's not what I expected.
no. I don't know. I think that I'm so confident that the Jaguars take this game. I don't know why. Like
What's the line?
it is +4 Jaguars, so I'll take
Okay.
that spread any day. I think the Steelers are looking atrocious. Geno Smith is looking like crap. I think it was two, maybe a single digit pass attempts, or barely, maybe like 11, 12, I can't remember, against the Saints. DK Metcalf have 2 targets, 2 receptions. Tyler Lockett maybe had 1 target. Um,
Yeah, you don't want Seahawks players in your fantasy right now.
you still have Chris Carson in IR. You have Rashad Penny looking horrible. You have Alex Collins not looking as good as you want with so many rush attempts. Defense is a toss up really. So I don't know. I think Trevor Lawrence is coming out swinging, getting some big gains here, big touchdowns, and I think this is their game to win. Um, I'm taking Jaguars +4. What about you?
This is one I will stick on the agreement train with. Yeah, the Seahawks have just been bad. I think it shows how important Russ is to what they do. Again, as we said, I think when you've got potentially a close game, go for the extra points to give you a bit of a hand. Again, Trevor Lawrence also he's starting to show a little bit more of why he may be this generational quarterback. James Robinson keeps doing what he's doing, so I would agree with you. I would join you on Jags.
Cool. Let's go Jags, baby. Um, Another divisional game. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers visiting the Saints. Tampa Bay favored by -4. This is this is gonna be a good one because I wish we have a good game with Jameis Winston. I think the Saints defense is looking very strong. Demarius Davis had a beast of a game against the Seahawks.
Hmm.
And Tampa Bay's defense hasn't looked that well, but over the last few weeks is getting a lot of improvement. I do think obviously the Tampa Bay is just gonna take this game, nevertheless. And -4 is highly doable for Tom Brady and company. So Tampa Bay to me is the best team in the league. So I mean, besides the Packers, of course, I keep saying that, but you know, objectively speaking, until we beat the Buccaneers, I think Buccaneers are the favorites for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think they have to be favorites. I just find the Saints so difficult to predict.
Yep.
They have some fantastic skill position players. They have a good defense, but with Jameis there, you just don't know what you're gonna get from week to week. Like he's shown that when it all clicks and he puts it all together, again, if he finds your Michael Thomases and your Kamaras, like you're gonna get points. I just can't trust him. I just can't trust him, especially against this Bucks team that, as you say, defense is starting to get going again. Tom Brady's Tom Brady. What's he on to now? He threw his 600th touchdown
Yeah.
pass the other day, didn't he? And then Mike Evans gave the
Yeah, to
ball
get it
away.
away.
That was hilarious. What did you think of actually the deal that fan got for giving the ball back? So in the end,
Hella worth it.
I think he got like a helmet and cleats from Brady, cleats from Mike Evans. He's got, I think, 2 season tickets for the next 2 seasons.
Yeah, for the rest of this
Um,
one and the next one. I think it's hella worth it. Are you
yeah,
kidding me? A
a
good deal.
thousand. He got $1,000 in the club store and a Bitcoin. He's done hella good with that.
That's
Hella good.
plus 70 grand already in the Bitcoin alone. So,
Yep. Yeah. I
like
think that was a great deal. Some people were like, "Oh, he shouldn't have given it away," blah blah blah. But I think that's a great deal. As well, you don't want to be a not nice human being, really, do you?
that's the other thing. Like if this is the price of me being a nice guy to Tom Brady, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I think yeah.
I'm gonna become famous by being the guy that
Yep.
gave up the 600 touchdown to Tom Brady
Yeah,
as a
yeah, yeah.
legend. Like that plus everything that I'm getting, hell yeah.
Yep, I agree. I think it was just a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
And again, if he'd like held on to it and tried to bargain, I don't think he would have probably got as good a deal as that anyway. So, just just a little addition there from Dan on this game. His special pick is for 2+ interceptions from Jameis in this game. So that might actually be quite a good shout.
I think Tom Brady's gonna have a couple of interceptions though.
Could happen. Could very well happen. I wonder if you could get like I wonder what the total picks plus like 4 or 5 would be for both quarterbacks. That would be potentially a good one to put on. Yeah. But yeah, we're agreeing Bucks there, right?
Yep, we're getting Buccaneers.
Yep. Yeah.
Moving on to the next 4 p.m. game, we have Washington. Yucky. Washington Football visiting the Denver Broncos. Washington Football are the underdogs at +4. I wouldn't touch this game with a 10-inch pole. Like
Yeah, I don't like this game at all.
I don't know what to expect. Jerry Judy's back.
Jerry Judy's back. Yes.
Or maybe he already was last week.
No, this is his first week back.
Okay.
As a Jerry Judy owner on fantasy, I've been waiting for this for goddamn weeks.
Okay. So at home, Jerry Judy back. I'll take money line Broncos. I don't know about the spread though. I just don't know what to expect from Taylor Heineke. So, if I have to pick, I'll take Broncos -4. What about you?
Yeah, I think I agree. I'd probably go for a money line on Broncos. This is not a nice game to predict. I think, yeah, both quarterbacks are very hit and miss, more miss than hit. I mean, if I had to, I think maybe I would go Broncos if you're really pushing me. But yeah, I think I would probably stick money line on this. If you're gonna go for something bet wise.
I just it's not a game that I'll tune in to watch.
Yeah, I'll see the highlights when it comes up on Red Zone, but I'm not going to be paying too much attention to it.
Or Jerry Judy.
Ah.
Nice. All right. Your team, I'll let you start talking about this. You got the Dallas Cowboys visiting the Vikings. Vikings at home, -2.5. Go.
I'm actually surprised by that line.
Well, because the
Um,
Cowboys don't have Dak. I don't think Dak is starting.
I thought he was now going to play, but I guess he's still. Even if he plays, he's not going to be full strength. Um, I would like to think. I think we should be able to do this. We should be able to do this without without Dak. I think I was going to say without Dak, even with Zeke. I'd like to think we should. Our run defense has not been fantastic, which is the only thing I'm slightly concerned about. But again, I mean, I have to say it again. Kirk Cousins is having an amazing season. I think he's top 3 QBR rating. He's top 3 PFF grade. So if he keeps doing as he's doing, our O line is looking solid. Just throw the ball to Justin Jefferson down the field and let him run, and we will win the game. So that's my hope anyway.
Look, I'll put it in simple terms. If Dak Prescott plays, I'm taking Dak. I'm taking Cowboy spread. If he doesn't, I'll take Viking spread. I'm gonna move forward, assuming that Dak isn't playing, because I read his status is still up in the air.
Mm,
And I'm not gonna trust Cooper Rush to lead this team to victory.
no.
Um, and you guys have a must-win game at home, So
Yeah. We
and
are we are in we are in a battle for that wild card spot. Every single game is going to be vitally important now.
yeah, so I'll take the Vikings for you, with you. If it were up to me, honestly, like I'm making my spread bet as we go. I'm not putting this on because until I know which quarterback starts, I just don't want to take a gamble,
Yeah,
So
I don't think I'm going to include it either, just because if I put the Vikes and we lose and then I lose my bet, it's going to
yeah,
doubly break my heart. So
I'd much rather do, put your bet up until the 8 p.m. game, which is this, and then at 8 p.m., if you already win everything, then based on what you know about Dak Prescott, just put all the earnings in that bet, and
yeah,
then
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
YOLO it out.
yeah. I like the sound of that. Yeah,
But yep, that's Vikings -2.5. And
it should
last,
be a good game though.
yeah,
I think that should be a great Sunday evening game. Really got good hopes for that.
yeah. And last but not least, we have Monday game. We have Giants visiting the Kansas City Chiefs. I almost said Kentucky. Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs have favorites by -10.5. Big spread again.
Mm.
This is a weird one because on paper Chiefs should take this game, but we've been saying that for week after week after week, and they only score
And
30
they've
points
not
against
been
the
doing it.
Titans. Pat Mahomes keeps getting interceptions, keeps getting sacked. It's just Chiefs. I don't know what they're doing. They're not looking pretty. Tyreek Hill is
It's
dropping
weird, isn't it?
passes.
It's really weird.
Yeah, and the Giants defense played really well against, well, to be fair, a really bad team in Panthers. But I don't know. This isn't Arrowhead, at home. I just -10 seems a little steep to me, -10.5. But I know in my brain I should go for the Chiefs. So if I had to pick, I'm taking the Chiefs. It's at home, must game victory, must game win. So I'll take the Chiefs -10.5. What about you?
Yeah, as much as my faith in the Chiefs has reduced, I still think I have more faith in them than I do in the Giants being able to keep up. I don't know. Again, the Giants were having so many injuries recently. I don't know how many of those injuries are back for them this week. So I think I would agree. I think it would be probably safer if you were going to put something on this game, um, to go for the Chiefs to cover. But as again, I could see it being a trap game. Basically, could definitely seeing it being a trap game.
Yeah, it is, and for that reason I'm skipping that.
Yes, I think so. But if we had to, I would go with Chiefs as well. Yeah.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Well, that concludes the spread part. For everyone watching, that we have the spread tickers at the bottom. If you trust in us, there you go. Don't pick it all because there's a
Yeah.
few that
Yeah.
we were like, and it's more like if we had to
Yeah.
pick, this is what we'll do. Um, but yeah. I believe it was 2 weeks ago that we got, I think, 12
We were
out of
like
15 or
12,
something like
yeah,
that.
12 out of 14 or something like that. Yeah, we did quite well.
Pretty well, pretty well.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, I'm sure we had better than the ESPN analysts. So, yeah, ESPN, look us up,
Yep.
get us involved.
Okay, Omar, we done with spread. Omar's trying to sit in.
We might get a brief cameo from the man
Yep.
before games kick off. Yeah, I'm very pleased. Just while we have a little pause, my fantasy revival in our league that we're in has continued. Started 0-3. I am now back to 4-3, I believe. So yeah, I'm up to third in our league, and I'm coming for that top spot. I'm coming for that top spot and taking Dan off. I think I play him soon, and I cannot wait.
Did,
I really cannot wait.
I beat you, right? Did we already played together?
I think we played, and I think you did beat me. I think that was when I was bad.
Okay.
Let me go back to scores and see when we
Maybe
played
next
because
week
we
I
did.
play Omer,
Do,
and
do,
I play with you
do.
again in week 12. So
Okay.
we'll see each other. I think I'm gonna lose this week because I'm starting freaking Gainwell and Pollard. Like those are my running backs with Kamara.
Which is your? Oh, you're Kelsey in the Sunshine Band, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you destroyed me. Oh my word! It was 77 to 140. Oh, all of my players just did nothing that week.
Yeah.
So I had 8.4 from Chubb, 7.7 from Jonathan Taylor, 2 from Damian Harris. Like that was a disgraceful week. And then you had Cooper Cup going up for 26. Yeah, no, that was not a good week. I think even if I'd had my like optimal lineup, I was not beating you that week. But as I said, I've refreshed the team. I'm very happy with my three-headed running back monster right now. Because I've got Taylor, Robinson, and Chubb.
New year, new you.
Oh hell yeah, bro! Hell yeah! I'm coming for that crown again. Because I did win last year, and I'd very much like to win again. Yeah, so I'm pretty optimistic, and I've still got George Kittle in my IR for him to come back. I've just been slotting in some random tight ends here and there, but I had CJ Zoma last week who got me what was it 22.6 I think. Yeah, 22.6. So I'm hoping for another big game from him. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how my fantasy is going right now. Happy days.
Happy days, happy days.
Just because I was going to ask as well. I haven't been able to watch the stream from Thursday yet. Who did you put as trash of the week?
I think we put the Panthers.
Okay, yeah, that's understandable.
Is either the Panthers or the Bears? Because they both scored like 3 points.
Yeah.
Um, or maybe it was no, it was Panthers because we also put them in there because they lost Stan's bet.
Oh, did they? Oh, yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, that's pretty understandable.
yeah. All right, so let's talk about DraftKings for upcoming games. We'll do a tiers. All right, so I'm gonna throw some tiers at you. You're gonna tell me what you get, and we're gonna try and get a nice tier. I don't know. Have you done these tiers before with us?
I don't think I have actually, no.
Okay.
So I'm a rookie for this, but we'll get through it together.
Okay. Perfect. Let me just reserve it real quick. Basically, I'm gonna have I think 8 tiers. Let me see. Yeah, 8 tiers, and a bunch of different players from that same tiers, and we have to pick the one that we think is gonna do best fantasy wise.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Where do you want to start? Tier one up at the top, or tier eight at the bottom, and work our way up?
Let's go bottom up. Why
Bottom up.
not?
All right, let's do
Yeah.
this. Tier number 8, we have Brandon Cooks against the LA Rams, Emmanuel Sanders against Miami, Michael Pittman Jr. against Tennessee, Damian Harris against the Chargers, Tyler Lockett against Jacksonville Jaguars, Antonio Gibson versus Denver Broncos, Devonta Smith against the Detroit Lions, and Dallas Goedert against the Detroit Lions.
The two.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
you go ahead. No, you go, bro.
I was gonna say I am between Emmanuel Sanders against Miami and Damian Harris. I think Damian Harris actually is my best pick. He's been killing it the last 2 weeks. Chargers are ranked 25th best against the run, so that's pretty bad.
Down.
And based on our spread that the Patriots are going to take this win, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. They're finally running it a lot through Damian Harris. He scored, I think, plus 20 points twice already in 2 weeks. So I'm sticking with the Damian Harris. Any other mentions that you wanna?
Yeah, the two names that I had in my head were Damian Harris, and the other one was Pittman. I think he's a bit of a sleeper. I think he's up for a big game tonight. But I think Damian Harris is a fine selection. He has been a very good running back, and he could see some big things over the next few years.
Yeah, he had a slow start to the year in fantasy, but I think he's finally picked it up, and they're finally starting to use
Mm,
him. I agree with Michael
yep,
Pittman Jr. though. Like he's a good plug-in, sleep in, putting him in there.
yep.
Um, he's kind of like WR1 at this point. He's Carson Wentz's favorite receiver.
Mm.
So I would go ahead, but I just don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a run game on both sides, so I think Damian Harris is gonna be the most like safe per se.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
All right, TR7, we have Cordero Patterson against the Carolina Panthers, DK Metcalf against Jacksonville Jaguars, Leonard Fournette against New Orleans, Cortland Sutton against Washington, Keenan Allen against New England, Kyle Pitts against Carolina, Robert Woods against Houston, and Chase Claypool.
The name that's kind of stuck out with me was probably Kyle Pitts there,
Yeah, yeah. I'm between Kyle Pitts
Um,
and Fournette. Fournette has been finally like a workhorse running back. I'm loving it.
mm,
Um, and it's a divisional games against the Saints, but the Saints D is it's a little scary, but the New Orleans Saints are the second best defense against the run, so it's a little scary there. And with Calvin Ridley out, I think Kyle Pitts is set up for quite the success. So you said your name that stands out was Kyle Pitts. I'm more than happy to take Kyle Pitts here.
yeah, I think Kyle Pitts, do it.
Let's do it. All right.
Do it.
Tier 6. Calvin Ridley, who's out, so that's one less to think
Not him.
about. We have Deontay Johnson against Cleveland Browns, DJ Moore against the Falcons, Nick Chubb against Steelers, James Robinson against Seattle, and Daryl Henderson against Houston. I have two clear picks here.
I think Daryl Henderson will be one of mine.
Yeah, I was gonna say James
Yeah.
Robinson because Seattle's rush D is the second worst,
hmm
or Daryl Henderson because against Houston they're gonna take an early lead and they're just gonna keep running it. So I think Daryl Henderson is the smarter one here. He's been killing it. He's been rushing field
Yeah,
goal 15
he's
times,
yeah.
getting a few receptions here and there.
I think yeah, he's becoming very much a big fantasy weapon as
Yeah.
well.
Look, the bigger the lead, the more attempts he's had.
Exactly. He's just going to get the ball, isn't he? Yeah.
So let's go for it. Daryl Henderson
Yeah.
Jr.
Nice.
Tier 5, our first quarterback tier. We have Jalen Hurst against Detroit Lions, Justin Herbert against the New England Patriots, Matt Ryan against Carolina, Jameis Winston against Tampa Bay, no thanks, Carson Wentz against Tennessee, and Ryan Tannehill against the Colts. So let me see. Again, Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz, and Tannehill.
I'm leaning between Ryan and Wentz, to be honest. I don't know if that's mad.
I'm leaning between Herbert and Ryan. I think Justin
Who's
Herbert.
who's Herbert? Who's Herbert got again? Just remind me.
Patriots.
Patriots. Yeah, I mean he's probably the best quarterback of that group, isn't he? As well.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean,
Best
to be fair,
weapons.
like the last game he had was terrible. It's when they scored 6 points.
Mm,
So it's really a matter of like, okay, they're after the bye week. Austin Eckler's back. Let's come out swinging. I think Justin Herbert's ceiling is the highest here by
yeah.
a ton. It's the floor that really bothers me. So
Yeah. No, I agree. I think Matt Ryan is maybe he's quite almost like a safe one.
he's
I
the
think
biggest
that
floor.
sort of
Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah.
so it's kind of like, okay, so we're between Ryan and Herbert. It's what do we prefer, the highest floor or the highest ceiling? Are we going for the number one place, or are we going for like the top 10 to get some money back? That's kind of like the
Oh, is that
mentality
how
we
this
have.
works? See, this is where I don't understand how it quite works. So I guess with the greater points, you become higher in the standings and you win more money.
Yeah, so essentially we're all pitching in, let's say, for the sake of it, $1. Everyone
Yeah.
that's adding a, a tier list here, the price
Hmm.
pool is $2,000, but it's not the best one. It's like the top 100 get some money back. Some people get like
Okay.
their full money back, like $1. Some people just make a
Hmm.
return of another dollar. Some people make $10, 30, 40. The higher up you go, and I think the highest would be like $500, or
Yeah.
$400, something like that.
Okay.
So I'm always up for, going for the win, but I'm also up for, at least making the money back so that we can do it again more often. I just
I mean, in that case, I would maybe say go Ryan if we're going to be playing a little bit more safe potentially.
let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see Herbert having 5 points and be like, ugh.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I just feel that would be more disappointing if he
Yeah.
ends up just having a nothing game.
All right. Moving on. Tier four. We're getting into the good players here. It's not disrespect to the others. I suck. Debo Samuel against Chicago. Mike Williams against Patriots. Jonathan Taylor against Tennessee. Mike Evans against New Orleans. Chris Godwin against New Orleans. And AJ Brown against the Colts. I
Yeah, who you go with?
Jonathan Taylor.
That's exactly what I was going to say as well. Jonathan Taylor. Yeah.
I just don't see any, again, I think it's going to be a big game for Jonathan and for Derrick Henry. So,
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
all right, tier three, we got Jamar Chase against the Jets, Najee Harris against the Browns, DeAndre Swift against Philadelphia, Terry McLaurin against Broncos, and Joe Mixon against the Jets.
Who was the first one you said?
Jamar Chase. So this
Jamar
is this
Chase.
is this is funny though. So Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon
Mhm.
both against the Jets.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase is ranked against the third best. That's right, third best air defense,
Really?
the Jets apparently. And
Wow. Okay.
Joe Mixon is against the same team, and he's ranked against the worst rush defense.
I mean, I think in that case, surely you have to go Mixon.
This is crazy. How can your
That's
defense be the
wild. What?
best,
Yeah. What a discrepancy. Yeah.
in something and the worst in another? Like, ugh,
That's mad.
I'm down for going Joe Mixon here. I think
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
yeah. Cooper Cup, Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler, Kamara, and Diggs.
Oh wow, that's some big players now.
I'm between Cup and Henry. I mean,
That was my two as well.
both
Who's Cup has got
Houston, and Henry has got the
Houston.
Colts.
Um, I maybe lean Cup.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I'm always like go for the running backs, but
Mm,
it's just Cup. Like he's poised for six. Houston is ranked the sixth best air defense. What the hell? Whatever.
that's wild as well. Some of these rankings I still don't fully
Trust.
trust. Like I
Same.
see again when I'm setting like my fantasy lineups, I see some of the rankings and I think, really though,
Yeah. Well, to be
really
fair,
though.
it's not really like it's not like they're the best defense at that. It's just that they're the ones that provide the least amount of fantasy points to that position.
Yeah, yeah, true, 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 true.
It doesn't mean much because at the end of the day, like, w- what if it's because they give up a ton of PI calls? Those yards don't
Mm,
go against them, but you know. All right,
yeah, true, true,
last
true.
tier we have four quarterbacks: Josh Allen against Miami, Tom Brady against New Orleans, Matthew Stafford against Houston, and Joe Burrow against the Jets. I
I
think I'm
would.
taking. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
I was just gonna say I would take Burrow out immediately. I think it's between the other three.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Um,
I look.
I feel
We
as though you have
picked.
you have one in mind.
Yeah, I mean, we picked the spread for, I think it was 16 and a half for the Bills to beat the Dolphins, something like
Yes.
that. Uh, Josh Allen. I take Josh Allen here.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Tom Brady's against New Orleans, who's a really good defense. Matthew Stafford, you know, to me, it's kind of like because they're playing the Texans, it's gonna be a kind of like a, you know, early lead and then let's just run it. And we already
Yeah.
have Daryl Henderson based on that reason. The Bills, however, they don't stop. Josh Allen doesn't stop.
Nah,
Uh,
absolutely no chance
30
they're
points
stopping.
up? Nah, dude, let's make it 40, you know? So,
Yeah, no, I'm happy to go with that as well.
all right, we'll set it in
I like that.
and
I like that. That is a nice thing. I don't know if I could do DraftKings in the UK.
I think you can.
But I need to have a look. I need to have a look into that because I would like to get involved with that. Or if not, I'll. If you're going to put a stake on, I'll send you some money and I'll get involved with that as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. I'll match whatever you're going to put on.
Okay. Don't have much else to say. We'll stick around in case anyone does come in and ask some fantasy questions.
Yeah, we've had nothing else in the chat. I think Omar did say he was potentially going to join us, but he will join us for a very brief
Yeah, for like
hello.
5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just putting together this bet. I'm not get. I got to the Patriots game and I've just decided I don't want to get involved with that. I'm going to leave that one off.
Okay.
It's not involved in my parlay. I just don't. I just feel that game could go either way, you know. Because I think we'd said to take Patriots +3, hadn't we?
+4, yeah.
+4. I've got +3.5 on mine, and I don't know if I can. I don't know.
Not
So I'm
enough
gonna leave
juice,
that
not
out.
enough. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one off of my bet slip for
Ooh,
this week.
Rob Gronkowski is playing.
Okay.
All right, all right, all
I
right.
think it just strengthens the Bucks, doesn't it? Really.
Yep. I am trying to find a good defense to stream because I just realized I have the Colts starting against the Titans. And I'm not a
Oh
big
yeah,
fan of
that's
that.
not great. That's not great. Actually, I don't even think I checked my defenses. Actually, no, I have the Bucks, who I've just kind of set and forget. I don't think I really need to do anything with them.
I'm thinking maybe Washington against Denver.
Yeah, that could be a good shout.
Minnesota against Dallas would be great if I knew Cooper Rush was
If
playing.
Yeah, that's the difficulty with it being sort of a later game. Is there another later game that you could switch to someone else
Um,
if uh,
Chiefs against
if
the
you find out?
Giants.
I'm having to.
Jacksonville against Seattle.
That could be a shout as well. If not,
Thinking maybe Atlanta against Carolina.
what have they got recently, points wise?
Not a lot of good stuff.
No.
1 sack, 2 interceptions, 2 sacks, 1 interception. It's actually not that
Mm,
bad. Blocked kick.
yeah, you can take that.
I don't know. I feel like you know what? I'm just gonna stick with the Colts. Screw it. I feel like
Uh, it's a solid enough defense. It's not an awful one, is it? So,
yeah, I feel like they're gonna get
um,
a pick six and make up
yeah.
for it. So
So what I'm putting on for my bet, I've got Philly -3.5, Bengals -11.5, Bills. I changed it slightly and I went -12.5. I just brought it down a little bit. The 49ers -4.5, Pittsburgh +5.5, Rams -15.5. I changed that one slightly as well. Falcons -2.5, Jags +3.5, and Tampa -4. 9-fold parlay, 256 to 1. Let's get it.
let's get it. Let's get it, boys. Okay, I need
Let's
to finish my
get it.
picks. I'm gonna put Steelers,
Oh yeah, I need to finish mine as
Eagles,
well. Actually,
and
got distracted by us chatting.
there you go.
I'm putting Jags, Bucks. You can get right in there.
Okay, as soon as you're done, I'm locking it
Broncos,
in.
Vikings. Oh, you need to do your lock of the week as well. Who's going to be my lock of the week? I kind of want to pick someone different, but I also want to go for the Bengals.
That's good.
Uh,
You know what? I said it. I'm gonna stick to it. I said it. This is a team that I'm confident that they're gonna win no matter what. So I'm
Wow.
pretty
Okay.
impressed.
Okay.
I feel like I should have a multiplier if I get this right.
Yeah, if that does come through, that is quite impressive. I'm gonna go with who am I gonna go with? I think I'm gonna have to be boring. I mean, the Rams is boring. Putting the Rams are obviously going to be the Texans, but I feel that's actually it's not very exciting. Um,
I mean,
I'll
you
take
don't
the
have to make it
Bucks.
excited. It's your luck of the week. So
I mean, screw it. I'll take the Rams. They're definitely going to win, so that is a lock. Right, I'm good. So you can lock that sheet.
that's she.
Um, yeah, 4 minutes till game time. What's fantastic as well is the clocks have gone back. I think this is a thing for you as well. I imagine, isn't it? I don't know if it just affects us.
I don't know.
Our clocks change. Is that maybe just a UK thing? I don't know.
I mean, I know ours does. I don't know when. I mean, if it happened today, then I was not made aware of it.
Yeah, so ours happened overnight. So it's now 5 o'clock in the evening, but normally games will kick off at 6 o'clock. So it means that hopefully I can stay up and watch
Oh,
the
an extra
Vikings
hour.
later
True.
without it being too late and me being absolutely wrecked for tomorrow for
True. True.
work.
True.
But
True.
um, yeah, I'm just need that Vikings win. Need that Vikings win real
You'll get
bad,
it, boy.
real
You'll
real
get it,
bad.
boy. All right. Do you have all your lines
Um,
set up? Everything's good. You're not missing
lineups are all
anything.
good. I'm ready for this evening's frivolities. I'm going to get my red zone ready
All right. Well, then let's
and just
call it a
enjoy.
day. Let's go prepare. Omar's probably gonna
Yes.
join as we leave.
Yeah, probably.
Um, Thank you guys for joining. I hope you like the setup, everyone. And join us every day. Thursday. Sorry, not every day. That's a lie. Thursday and Sundays, at the very least. And
Yeah,
hopefully you'll see Seb's and Omar's beautiful face talking about Premier League sometime.
yeah, we're going to
Maybe
try to do
next
something
week.
early next week. Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. And
Yep.
uh, and we'll see you guys there, man. Reach out to us at Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. What else? What else? What else? YouTube.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Find us.
Get at us. Get at us. We're
Find
out
us.
there.
All right, boys. Have a good one. See you, Seb.